How's it going, everyone? Mike here. Let's get into October 2021 Merch by Amazon sales update, sales review, whatever you want to call it. If you can believe it, it's November 1st. That's okay because we have probably 2 amazing months of sales in front of us. So I guess that's the positive part here, but it is November 1st. So, okay, let's get into this. So there's a couple of exciting things that have happened to me during October. If you've been watching any of my recent update videos, you know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to do that whole summary for everybody just in case you're not familiar with my account. So where I stand right now is, and I'm not going to show the numbers right away, but I just want to explain it first. So I've hit a record, so it is a record-breaking month when it comes to the amount of sales, so the actual amount of sales, not the royalties, and it's also a record-breaking month for royalties for me. It is not a record-breaking month for the number of sales. And now let's get into these numbers. So what I'm talking about is this. My US total sales numbers for October are 530. Let's look at that a little closer. So this is amazing. $10,423.54 in sales, total sales. Total amount in royalties is $2,346.25. Amazing. This is where it's a record breaker for me because I've never been, besides last month, I've never been even close to this number in royalties. Royalties per sale, $4.42. Let's look at some of the other numbers. These are my total sales for the month. So as you can see, I had 14 sales in the UK, 5 sales in Germany, 6 in France, 6 in Italy, 3 in Spain, and 22 in Japan, for the total of 586. Now, how does that compare to the best month overall? And I'm talking about best since I started. I was going to say playing around with merch, but actually working with merch. And here we are. I was that close to my overall sales number to be the best as well. However, when it comes to my US sales, there's a big difference. So this month, as you can see, 530, that's what I mentioned. And what we're looking at here is December of 2018. I was sitting at 580 sales. And then I guess back then I actually thought I did a video a couple days ago where I said that there was only one marketplace available back then, but I was wrong. There were 3. There was the UK and Germany, so there was nothing else available. And I did get a few sales, but this was pretty much it. It was the 580 sales, and I got $9,116.51 in sales for the total amount in royalties of $1,367. Look at this difference though. Less sales, more in sales amount, by what is it, 1,000? Yeah, 1,300, about that. And I'm just talking about the US market. But the royalties, I did get about $1,000 more. And then this is where why. This is the big why. And royalties per sale now are $4.42 compared to $2.35. So basically what's happened here, there are 2 things. I used to price my items lower. Not a lot lower. Definitely not t-shirts, standard or premium or anything else. Maybe just a few dollars lower. But the big difference here between these 2 months is that my number 1 seller in December 2018 were pop sockets. And royalties per sale for pop sockets, for me at least, are $2.25 because I'm pricing them at $14.99. over time I've lowered the price. Like I understand that pop sockets, the actual company has basically taken over Amazon, and we can't compete with them because they're pricing everything at $9.99, and they have all of our designs. Not only have they kind of, I don't want to say stolen or copied all the kind of like generic patterns, but they have other designs too that are very kind of niche oriented, holiday oriented. So they have the monopoly. I mean, they provide their product to Amazon. They're letting us sell them, but I mean, why would somebody buy my pop socket for $14.99 if the company can offer it, for $7.99 or $9.99? I still sell pop sockets, but nowhere near the numbers that I used to 2 years ago. When it comes to other marketplaces, I guess I've noticed a bit of a drop. Germany was a lot better last couple of months. UK has picked up. Japan's still about the same, but nothing here I would say is impressive. Like I'm not getting close to 100 sales. Even these royalties here. This is insignificant. I was telling somebody, well, not somebody. I was doing an update, and I was telling you guys how I made a mistake in my conversion when I was actually listing my original items, and my royalties per sale were and still are about $1 per sale. So what you see here is like $20, right? So that really whatever, it doesn't do much for me, but at least I'm getting sales. Everything else is just kind of what I'm used to. I'm getting minimal sales. I'm not seeing any zeros, which makes me happy. But again, I can't say that I'm doing great, but what I can say is that it adds up, right? 53 pounds here would work out to about what, $65, $70. This would be these are euros now. This would be like 15 euros. This would be like 25, 26 euros. So this will add up to like $100, and it will add to my total. So my total, let's say, is close to, and I haven't done this before I start recording the video. I usually add everything up and convert it to US dollars. But let's say about $2,500. I would say a little less than that. So when I look at it that way, it does help, because I'm not, not going to say that I'm not going to take the $100 that's made in these other marketplaces. But again, this is where the money is. And, that's very, very clear. The other thing that I've noticed, and I've put out videos talking about these kinds of days here where there's a significant drop, and it looks like I wasn't the only one experiencing this. There were a lot of people that were saying they were getting a bunch of zeros, especially in lower tiers. What saved me is the best seller, because there were a few days where I made a bunch of sales of that one product, but then everything else was kind of like maybe one or two in total for the day, which is definitely not something that I'm used to. But ever since last Wednesday, it's picked up. But again, it really, I just don't have that confidence anymore that the sales are what they were, maybe like 2 weeks ago. Now, November, I'm recording this around noon. I don't know. Everybody expects November and December to be amazing. We'll see. I really don't know, because I really don't have that confidence anymore that the momentum is unstoppable, because I've seen, I think before this Monday here, the 25th, I had a day that was something like, 24. There was a day where I did 27 sales. And then, for whatever happens behind the scenes, and it's always something that we don't know about, but whatever Amazon's working on, it has complete control over our sales. And I don't have the confidence anymore that, for the next week or two, my sales just won't drop and be 5. I'll get a number of 5s a few days in a row, or zeros, or who knows, right? We don't know. So again, I'm very optimistic about November and December and even January, as I always am. I'm extremely optimistic in general. I'm looking at my live products. I'm looking at my live designs. Like I said, it's around noon, and I've already almost hit my 1,200 out of 1,200 uploads for the day. So, there's nothing that will actually stop me in doing what I'm doing every single day. But I'm just saying, I wish I knew what was happening behind the scenes. I wish I knew if, Amazon is getting ready to throttle products. And for newer people, that's when, they don't list all your products because they can't keep up with the demand. Maybe they're getting ready to lower our daily limit. They've done that in the past for a number of years, almost every single year. I think last year, and actually I can't remember 2020 because it was a unique year, but in 2019, I think that was probably one of the first and only years where they didn't do anything, right? So I don't know. I wish somebody would kind of give us, more updates on what's happening behind the scenes, but this is where we have no control. So we just kind of have to trust what they're doing and hope for the best. So that's it. The last thing I'll end on, and I guess this would be the negative part of it, is that for the first time in about 2 months, my 7-day average has dropped to about 100 and 105. This is still at 95, as you can see. That's because the day has just started. And these 2 days are also being taken into consideration. But this was, 2 weeks ago, this was at 170. So, there's a big difference, and these are big swings in sales. But overall, let's look at the numbers because I want to end this on a positive. And 586 sales in total, about $2,500 in royalties. This is my best month in the sales amount. This is my best month in royalties. And my second best month in total sales, and I was actually pretty close. If I had, if I got 3 sales, I would have been, it would have been a tie. If I got 4, this would have been the best month ever for me. So that's where we are. Pretty exciting time. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know how you did. I'm always curious, and I'll see you soon.